Hey guys, welcome back to One All's Pub. Alright, if you follow this channel, you probably have seen me do videos and or talk about little small secondary EDC knives, little knives I like to keep in my coin / watch pocket. Currently, those knives tend to be these little traditionals, like these little case knives I have here. This is the tiny Trapper, the tiny Texas toothpick, and the small Stockman, just as some samples of the kind of knife that I like to carry there. I like these little traditionals, and they just fit so well in that position. That said, case knives, as much as I love them, they have certain issues. They quite often do have a little bit of blade play, if you can see that or not. Not always, like this one right here, this tiny Texas toothpick, which, by the way, I have, this is the chrome vanadium steel, and it was starting to get a patina on its own, but it was kind of blotchy, not coming in all uniform, so I accelerated the process this weekend with a little forced patina, which I love. This one is just rock solid. There's no blade play or wiggle at all on that guy, so it's very cool. But like I said, that's not always the case. With cases, you're kind of taking your chances when you buy. Sometimes, especially if you're buying them online, you might get one that's really solid like this, and you might get one that's not so solid, like this. It's got a pretty good blade play. But again, for what you use these knives for, not a huge deal. That said, I'm a knife guy, a knife nut, and I appreciate good, well-constructed knives. So I decided to up my game and pick up the king daddy of these small little coin / watch pocket knives, like secondary EDCs, the Great Eastern Cutlery number 9 Esquire in Grey Pearl Acrylic. And get you up here and let's just see this in person. I can do this. There we go. Look at that. I've known about this Esquire for a while. Actually, Rob over the Apostle P channel told me about it, and I started getting into the cases. And but I just didn't find one that I particularly wanted, for whatever reason. As far as the covers and stuff, I didn't even realize they made these acrylics. So when I stumbled across these and I saw this Grey Pearl, I'm like, oh, that's the one. Boom, done. Found this particular one on GPC, or excuse me, on GPC, on GP Knives website, and called them up and said, hey, that one on your website, is that the actual knife I'll get? Because I really love the depth of this this cover and how you get those wrinkles inside the acrylic and all that. Anyway, they said yeah, and so I bought it. It's about $80, so about twice as much as you pay for a typical case in this size, but still, you're definitely getting a lot better quality. I'm not bagging on the cases. I love the little cases and have several, and will continue to buy ones I like. No blade play in these guys. You got your nice little 1095 carbon steel spear point blade here, and then a very cool little coping blade here. Again, no blade play. No half stops either, which on small knives I really appreciate the lack of half stops. I just don't generally dig half stops on such a small knife. Nickel silver bolsters, brass pins, brass liners, typical Great Eastern Cutlery construction, which is to say excellent. Just a great little knife. Not so much a review, just kind of a show and tell. And they made these in 2014, and they have not made them again that I know of since then. I would like to also pick up a snakewood version that they have with the scalped bolsters and whatnot, but those are hard to find right now. And again, I don't know if they're ever going to reproduce them, and if they do, whether they'll do them in snakewood again or not, I don't know. So if anybody knows of a snakewood one around with good colorations, I did find one snakewood, but it was the coloration differences on the oranges and the blacks and the wood weren't all that great, so I didn't bother pick it up. But and I may never find one because I'm kind of picky about that after having my snakewood Sabenza. But at any rate, it's a great little secondary coin / watch pocket knife that will complement these little guys greatly. All right, that's 1 all 2 cents. Keep the change. Sláinte.